Military doctors? What's the strangest non-combat injury you've treated? I was a Navy corpsman attached to a Marine unit in Iraq, 2007. Most of my time was spent treating combat injuries, but the strangest case had nothing to do with enemy action. It started when Lance Corporal Rodriguez came to my aid station at 2 a.m., pale, sweating, clutching his abdomen. Classic appendicitis signs. I prepped him for evac to the surgical unit, but something felt off about his symptoms. Pain wasn't localized right. Asked if he'd eaten anything unusual. He hesitated, then admitted he and his buddies had a contest during midnight chow. Turns out they'd been dared to eat MRE cracker packets. Not the crackers themselves, the desiccant packets that keep them dry. The little silica gel pouches clearly marked, "Do not eat." Rodriguez had eaten 17 of them, won the bet, lost the war with his digestive system. I called the field hospital. The surgeon laughed so hard I thought he was having a stroke. Said in 20 years of military medicine, this was a first. Rodriguez needed emergency surgery, not for appendicitis, but for an intestinal blockade caused by silica gel expanding in his gut. The pouches had absorbed every drop of fluid in his digestive tract, creating what the surgeon described as a concrete dam in his colon. Recovery took 6 weeks. When he returned to the unit, everyone called him Silica Sam. His squad decorated his rack with "Do not eat" signs. The incident prompted our commander to add a bizarre new item to safety briefings. Marines, the silica gel packets are not a food item or a condiment. Thought that was the end of it, but 2 months later I got a call from the same surgical unit. They had a PFC who'd eaten 8 packets on a dare, claiming Rodriguez's record was weak. Command decided this was becoming an epidemic. Colonel gathered the battalion and delivered the most surreal safety briefing of my career. Marines, listen up. The enemy is trying to kill you. The terrain is trying to kill you. The weather is trying to kill you. I will not have you idiots killing yourselves by eating goddamn silica packets for fun. This stops now. The briefing worked. No more silica eaters in our unit, but the trend spread. By the time we rotated home, 3 other battalions had reported similar cases. One genius even sprinkled the beads on his pasta to add crunch. The Pentagon apparently got involved. New MREs started arriving with bigger warning labels on the desiccant packages. Warning labels in multiple languages, with skull icons. In response, Marines simply created a more elaborate ranking system. Desert Storm tier was 5 packets. Shock and Awe tier was 10. Full Medal of Honor tier was 20. I stopped being surprised when they came in. Just looked them in the eye and asked, "What tier were you going for?" Then prepped them for evac. Medical school didn't prepare me for this. Nobody warned me that elite warriors, trained to survive the harshest conditions on Earth, would deliberately poison themselves to win $20 and temporary barracks fame. Rodriguez still holds the record as far as I know. 17 packets. Never broken. He got a Navy Achievement Medal for bravery under fire later that deployment. At the ceremony, the colonel whispered something that made him turn bright red. Years later, at a reunion, I asked what the colonel had said. Rodriguez grinned. He told me my greatest act of bravery was eating those packets and surviving. Sometimes I wonder if future archaeologists will find our medical records and conclude we were fighting 2 wars. One against insurgents, another against our own Marines' determination to test the limits of human stupidity. The silica gel epidemic never made the news. But somewhere in a Pentagon filing cabinet, there's a report about the tactical issues caused by Marines eating "do not eat" packets, and the medical resources wasted addressing it. And that, perhaps, is the perfect metaphor for military medicine. Half treating heroes, half babysitting adults with the judgment of toddlers.